Y'all, I just cannot stay away. The man has a treasure trove of content to watch, and I would just be amiss. Or, is that even the right word? That sounds dumb as hell. I would be fucking stupid to not keep watching all of these videos that pop up in my recommended. At this point, I'm not even searching for like new Cooking with Jack videos. They're just given to me by the YouTube gods. And today's pick of the litter is called Breakfast of Champions Part 1. And I don't see number 2, so we're gonna have to do a Google, but let's see what Part 1's got for me. So bad. Okay, here we go. I don't even know what this is gonna be.
Welcome back to the show. Jack Scalfani here, and you're cooking with Jack.
Oh, now look at this increased production quality. It was clearly at this point that Jack had just finished watching his local news station because he's got the iPad out here in the front like they always got when they be reporting on the news. Oh my goodness, breaking news, breaking news. Uh-oh, there was just I don't know, some fucking breaking news event. Shut up! I don't know what I was gonna say. I couldn't think of a good breaking news event. Stop typing. Anyway, that's what this reminds me of. Okay, a news crew, at 7 a.m. in the morning reporting on some fucking story that happened. You don't care.
Can you say Cafe Americano?
Can you say skippity skip, bro?
Bacon, eggs, hash browns, and toast, okay?
Bacon, eggs, hash brown, and toast.
On every part of this breakfast. It could be really cool. But before we do that, some of you wrote in, ironically, out of nowhere. I've been doing this show for like 3 years, and you guys...
So this was at the 3-year mark that Jack had been working on his YouTube channel, and this was 12 years ago in, 2010. So that means Jack's first videos were in 2007. Wow. What were Jack's videos in 2007? Do we recognize any of them? I'm gonna do this really quick reconnaissance. Oh, wait a minute. You can't search by... Oh, they took that feature away. You used to be able to, look at the oldest videos, but you can't anymore. Okay, so I might have to do a deep dive to actually find those. Because it would appear that those are not actually as easy to locate as I thought. So let me know down below if y'all want me to go back into the Jack archives and maybe look at his very, very first video ever. And we'll see just how catastrophic that was. And honestly, wouldn't it be interesting if we go back to his first video of all time and it's actually not horrendous? And it's something that developed over the years and wasn't something he started with? That'd be fascinating. Anyway, back to the Breakfast of Champions.
I look like Billy Joel. Well, I hadn't...
A Billy Joel?
Seen Billy Joel in a while, so I'm like... Billy Joel?
Billy Joel, if he was 5... Dom, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm above it.
Nothing like Billy Joel. Well, I'm thinking like Billy Joel from the 80s, you know? So I pulled up Billy Joel's picture and I'm like, okay. All right. I could see,
I'm above
maybe. But more than that, I think I look more like Al from Toy Story. Al.
Wow. I've never seen somebody with more wherewithal than Jack just had right here. I've never seen it. Never has Jack been so self-aware as he was when he said he looks like Al from Toy Story. 100% spot on, identical match, okay? If this was a futuristic movie and Jack worked in some kind of secure lab, right? Al could walk up and do a retina scan or whatever the fuck, he's in. Okay, they're the same bitch. But
Al's Toy Barn. Yep, that's me. That looks way more like me.
100%.
In a more relaxed position, too. So,
100%.
Anyway, whether you think I look like Billy Joel or you think I look like Al from Al's Toy Barn.
I think that first one was fabricated. I don't want to be toxic, but nobody said that.
I just hope you enjoy the show. I don't care who I look like.
You know what I do care about? What
Crown
the fuck
Country.
is that?
CrownCountry.com. They just shipped this to me.
Is this a sponsorship?
This is one of our future upcoming episodes. Check.
Oh, it is. If it's a future upcoming episode, why are you showing it to me now? Check. I've never cared less. Okay, let's see.
Take your bacon.
Okay, so he's got some Kirkland bacon. Okay, shout out to Costco.
It'd be crazy. Because you know how the slices are really hard to separate? And if you freeze it and then defrost it and try and take the slices apart, They stick together. It's just crazy. So take your bacon.
Why is
okay?
it crazy? What the
Literally,
fuck is he doing?
roll it like that. If you
What is that
roll
gonna
it
do?
and then freeze
It's
it, okay? When you defrost it and you unroll it, what's going to happen is all the slices are going to have separations. Because what you're doing is you're stretching out the bacon, but when you bring it back together again, it's like coming together and the slices will separate. Okay? Tip number 2.
Okay, I don't know if that's a real thing or not. I've honestly will never try that ever in my entire life, so I can't disprove it. It just sounds ridiculous. Maybe it's real though.
Okay, the one problem with bacon is when it cooks, it gets all ripply and crinkled up and starts flipping in the pan on its own and all that stuff.
Does tend to be how bacon works.
I like flat bacon. Here's a tip to keep your bacon flat, okay? Now, one thing you can do, you can cut this down the middle and make smaller pieces.
Is that the bougiest fork I've ever seen? Look at that. It's got a fucking cut down the middle of it. Look at this shit. Look at that. What the hecky?
Curl as much, but I'm not a big fan of that. So what I do is I just take a fork. Don't poke your hand. Poke a whole bunch of holes in the bacon, okay? This allows the buildup underneath the bacon to pass through the bacon and not cause it to ripple.
What? Is that real? Okay, so I'm glad that we're watching his tips and tricks because I want to see him cook this, and if it ripples at all, I'm fucking pissed.
So put like a bunch of holes.
Okay, so he's going absolutely monkey mode, destroying the bacon in the process. Like, let me just relax.
But right now...
Okay. So now we're going to work with potatoes. Now, here's something that I have done before, and I'm interested to see how his turn out. Made hash browns with fresh potatoes. This is relatively difficult to do, and because of the fact that potatoes take a really long time to cook, okay? So because potatoes take such a super long time to cook, it's really, really easy to undercook them and be eating like raw hash browns. I know from experience, so I'm trying to listen and see if he's got any tips that can stop you from eating raw hash browns and not burning them. Let's see.
Let's talk about hash browns.
Let's talk about them because this is
You want to know why hash browns turn mushy and gray when you make them at home? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Here's a tip.
You got to soak them in water.
They oxidize. That's right.
Told you. Okay, so his starting tip is to soak them in water. That's true. You should do that.
Bring the bacon over and show you how beautiful. There's the bacon right there.
That actually is pretty flat. You know what? Jack's bacon tip might be real.
Piece from this, leave in the pan because
I mean, that bacon looks cooked to the surface of the sun. I mean, that bitch looked like it could stop a bullet. That bitch looked overcooked like a motherfucker. But aside from that, it is pretty flat.
Gonna fry the hash browns in that, or you can use butter, or you can use cooking spray. Okay.
I wish you would have showed us him frying the bacon
to do the hash browns.
Because that could have been a selective pick also, right? Like there was like 1,700 pieces of bacon that he had in that pack, and we only saw 3. Which seems a little suspect, but maybe they were still cooking. Okay, so now we're going to take them out. Yep. This is exactly why I don't make hash browns with raw potatoes anymore, because it's too much damn work. Look at this shit. So you gotta shred them, then you gotta put them in the water, then you gotta wait, then you gotta take them out, then you gotta wring them through this shit. So let's see. I want to see how these turn out, because hash browns are hard to cook.
In there right now. Okay.
At least for me, but I'm also a dumbass ghoul.
It's gonna slide right on our plate.
See, now for the record, my hash browns also look like that. And I don't think we're honestly gonna be able to tell whether or not that was a good cook job because you have to taste them, right? Like from a visual perspective, they look fine. Okay, but it's very possible that you bite into those and they're raw. Okay, that's just how potatoes work. It's a bamboozle and a half.
Beautiful.
So I don't really know if those are good or not.
There you go.
I bet they're not, bro. They take so long to cook.
Cooking spray.
I want to see what tips he's got for the eggs.
No reason.
Because so far, I've actually been thoroughly impressed with Jack's tips, which you never thought you'd hear me say.
Tuck the shells across the kitchen and hope they land in the sink.
Now you know for certain that he watched like 17 YouTube tutorials on how to crack an egg like this.
Tuck the shells across the kitchen. And
because I'll tell you something, nobody cracks eggs like that. Okay, nobody.
They land in the sink.
Unless you try to be cool as hell.
There you go. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, huge.
All right, keep separating your eggs. Making sure they're on their own. See how they're kind of moving around on their own already? See that?
Yes.
Don't ever go near the yolk, but you see, nonstick pans are great because these things start moving on their own. You can even move, look, you can even swirl it around.
Is he going to drop a tip on the eggs, or are there no tips for the eggs?
Too.
I was promised tips on every step of the process.
This way they don't stick to the pan at any moment.
Unless his tip was just use a nonstick pan?
Ready? Listen up carefully.
Okay.
When you flip your eggs, okay, once you're done flipping them, you're going to go start the toast in the toaster. But let's get these flipped first.
That was the tip?
I always put my spatula right at the end.
That was the tip?
And I lean just a little bit. Not a lot to where I lose my other egg, but lean just a little bit so I can get under that egg and give it a little flip. Same thing with that. Tip and flip. Okay? Just tip the pan a little bit. And here's another tip I use. You guys may not want to use this tip. I turn the flame off.
Oh.
Don't want to overcook my eggs. By the time my toast is done, these should be okay. You don't need any more heat. Got enough heat in the pan.
See, that could be hit or miss. That could be hit or miss. See, the fact that he's using a non-stick pan means that that's like probably aluminum. Like the pan itself is probably aluminum. And aluminum loses heat incredibly quickly. Now, if that was cast iron or some other like really heat-holding kind of pan, then I would believe that tip. Okay, but this and the non-stick pan will lose heat like that. And if it loses heat like that, then the whites of your egg might not be cooked. And the whites of your egg not being cooked is disastrous and fucking disgusting. Okay, never, ever, ever serve me eggs if the white's not fully cooked. Okay, it's like, I think Jamie Oliver maybe, or fucking Gordon Ramsay, one of them bitches, was like, you never want to have the snotty bit of the egg in your eggs. 100% verified fact, you don't want it.
Before we bring out the breakfast,
I hope he shows us so I can take a look.
I want to give you one more tip.
Can you give me one more tip?
Most people who like are watching their weight or don't go with the hash browns or the toast will ask for sliced tomatoes.
I like sliced tomatoes.
Take cherry tomatoes.
Is that a thing big people do, or people who are watching their weight? I just like sliced tomatoes, to be honest.
And slice them in half if you're at home, okay? Don't use whole tomatoes. They don't have as much flavor as cherry tomatoes. These have a beautiful sweetness, even the ones at the store. So take some cherry tomatoes. Take like 4 cherry tomatoes. Slice them in half, okay?
Is he going to grill them?
Salt and pepper these and lay them on the plate. And wow, what a combination along.
No, you need to grill those too. I feel like if you grill those in like a, in your nonstick pan over there, that would be fire. Okay, grilled tomatoes are slap city.
It's going to be beautiful. Try it out. There it is, right there.
That bacon looks a little overcooked for my taste. I don't know if those hash browns are done, boy. I really don't. Like, if they're done, this was a surprisingly good meal from Cooking with Jack. Okay, so I'm almost tempted to say that this might be the only Cooking with Jack recipe that I've ever seen that wasn't 100% catastrophic. It is absolutely, unequivocally, probably the last time you'll ever hear me say that shit. Now, it does appear that 2010 Jack, and I don't know, this is the same kitchen and the same setup. I don't know if this is the same Jack that was making raw burgers or not, but at least for the breakfast food, he's gonna get a pass. Let me just do a really quick rudimentary search and see if I can find his first video. Give me 1 sec, because I'm legitimately fascinated. Holy shit, we have seen these videos. Okay, but there's definitely a lot that we haven't seen, and one of them, it would appear, involves boiling ground beef. Oh my god. Oh my god. And he was making the best sauces ever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in his 9th video. This has me stunned. Okay, we're definitely doing that. I was gonna be like, hey, yo, tell me if y'all want to see a Cooking with Jack, like, first videos of all time video, but too bad, you're getting it anyway. That'll be coming soon. There's definitely a couple, we might watch like his first 10 videos or something. The ones that we haven't seen, obviously a couple, oh my god. A couple of these we obviously have seen, but there's definitely a lot in here that we haven't. So we'll do a visit. Let me know down below if y'all want to see it. We're gonna do it anyway, but let me know anyway. Get my interactions up. Like this video in particular, subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all later with another video. Goodbye!